19 years ago, this bubbly baby was introduced to what we call as life. Here on Earth. Wide smiles here, teeth gaps there, and here I am now. What's up guys, it's Sebastian, and just like what I did in my birthday video last year, highly inspired by the one and only Miss Hannah Pangilinan, here are the 18 lessons I learned in 18 years, because I'm now 19. Growth is growth, no matter the progress. Too often we carry this unfathomable pressure with us where we always think that growth needs to be in big steps, in leaps, in grand accomplishments without thinking that maybe that's what growth is all about. What if it's meant to be taken slowly so we could appreciate things more? Maybe it's also about celebrating baby steps, about feeling more alive through a single small win. Maybe it feels more rewarding when you start to achieve the micro aspects of life first. Besides, nothing is wrong with taking things slowly. Still to this day though, I'm having a hard time embracing this outlook in life because I feel like I am in a way letting go of candid moments that need to be treasured just because of taking my time so well in everything I do. But lately, I also realized that there is a fine line between taking your time and taking all the available time and accomplishing tasks you plan to carry out in a day. I know it may sound confusing to some, but if you really look into it, a difference would surely be seen. It would now just matter on one's personal hierarchy of priorities, but of course, learn how to balance matters effectively. I admit, juggling things at once can be quite overwhelming, most especially if you have a lot on your plate. But if there is a thing I learned from balancing my academics with YouTube and a lot more, it would be how balance forms from turbulence. Now, before some of the guys call me out, I first want to make it clear that having a bumpy road isn't required for you to find your balance. But I just see balance as a variable dependent on a person's set of capabilities, just like how we ride a bike basically. Some get the hang of it in the first time around, some need training wheels for a couple of months before fully getting used to it, and some just flat out try and fail during their first try, but none of that matters. What matters is what we do after it. To sustain the balance, to be constant with it, just like how we do in life. How we balance the good and the bad, the fallbacks and the comebacks, the happiness and the sadness, because as we all know by now, just like any other thing, your happiness may not be linear, but that's okay. I don't think anything is meant to be felt in a linear manner in life anyway. But going back to what happiness is about, I feel like it is quite impossible to describe what happiness looks like, how it should feel like, and how lasting it should long. Happiness may last for just a minute, for months, years, or if you're lucky, forever. But know that there's nothing wrong in feeling as if you've already hit rock bottom quite a couple of times in this lifetime already. Nothing's ever meant to be done perfectly. In a nutshell, I still think that life is like jumping into a roller coaster, except you're blindfolded, never knowing when the next curve would be, when the next peak would be, where the lowest point would be, and where the end would be. Life is full of surprises. Sometimes you'd be relived in where you were in, sometimes you'd scream on the top of your lungs because you have no idea of what's happening already. This is why you should also cherish every moment you have. Do not forget to also live for yourself. It isn't selfish. It's important. Let's say, yes, you did impress a lot of people in life, but what if at the back of your head you've always wanted to take on a different route? Be the person you've always envisioned yourself to be and show up as your highest form without depending on somebody else's input. Life is too short to be someone who everyone wants you to be. Try being the person you want to be. But in the pursuit of doing so, promise me that you'll drop those self-doubts, because honestly, that would take you nowhere. Be the person who sees their weaknesses as points for improvement. Take that point, drag it, and take it beyond infinity. Break the borders and trailblaze the act of being fearless, but in being fearless, never be the person who everybody fears. Besides, kindness is free, so take it anywhere you go. It literally costs you nothing to be kind. The world is already too full of negativity to begin with, so at this point, I know all of us are just longing for something to be a bit lighter, more peaceful. I think we just want a world where love reigns, to be honest. But the only way we can achieve that is when we all first started within ourselves, radiate the energy you wish to surround you. That's the only thing I can think of on how we can spread more positivity, because how can you give others a thing you could hardly ever give to yourself? I know that the journey towards a less cruel world may seem impossible to put an end to, but there is a light that never goes out. That is a song by the Smiths, recommended by one of my best friends, and that phrase really rekindled that spark of hope that has always been there in my heart, but was just overshadowed, I would say, by the dark depths of humanity. You guys might also want to listen to that song. Who knows? I mean, I know it's a love song, but I don't know, maybe it could inspire you to be someone's portrait of hope. It could be as simple as your friends, your father, mother, family, your relatives. It could even be yourself. Because someone out there surely is looking up to you. Maybe today it is just a possibility, but what if you have the power to influence not just a single person, but a whole lot more? I know having that reach may seem to be a bit of a stretch, and it may sound scary, but embrace what's yet to come. As long as you aren't invalidating someone's feelings or the journey they've been through to end up where they are now and pursuing your own, you are good to go, honestly. Change in general may be terrifying because more often than not, these changes really are bigger than us. But I think we just have to also trust in ourselves a bit more, because yes, spirals may not have edges, but they can be harmful too. Just like how our thoughts spiral and weigh us down when it gets the best of us. This is why we need to have a solid support system, your family, your friends, your lover, whoever. However, whenever days wherein you feel like they're becoming more successful than you would come, support them, clap for them, cheer for them, and wait. Wait until it's your time to also be successful. Life isn't a race, as cliche as that sounds. The only person you're ever competing with is yourself. So make it count. By the end of this all, I ultimately just want to be a better person. I know the journey may feel like the longest one out there, because self-discovery and self-development, I feel like, are two cycles that never even end. But if you're really open to the fact that there might be a lot of things that could be improved about you, like your attitude, your mentality, your viewpoint in life, you would surely go far. This is why you should never soft pedal the road in trusting the process. Because honestly, that tiring process would lead you to the most rewarding output you've ever achieved in your life. For sure, there would be days where you'd feel like your shine has been dulled or where your seed has been trampled upon, but like cookies, all of us too will rise. Just at the right time. Just at His time. In living life, do not also forget to splash out. Treat yourself, spoil yourself, go check out that Shopee card, buy the book you've always wanted to read, buy endless gallons of ice creams, go treat your parents, because life also encompasses the fun moments and not just the hardships. And the rains, it is also about the rainbows, the breathtaking views you see upon waking up. It is also about goodness. So, celebrate life, because then again, we never know when it would end. So make everything count. Do everything with intention. Embrace spontaneity, protect your energy, and also know when to step back. Well, these are the 18 things I've learned in 18 years, and I just also wanted to take this time to thank you guys for sticking with me, for supporting me, and for growing with me. Here's to more birthdays with you folks. Let's spread love a little more often.